What's up, my friend? I hope you're having an awesome day. And like the title says, you may already have this. I read a short story, and it was by Jesse B. Rittenhouse. It's more of a poem. It's called My Wage. You can look it up. It says, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. And it reminds me of a story about this couple who had been very frugal all their lives, really watching their expenses and so forth, and they decided to, finally do something for themselves and take a trip. So they decided to take a cruise, and they said, we're gonna we they scraped together the money to go on this cruise, and they said, you know what, we're gonna be very frugal when we go. Um, Pack up some sandwiches. So they packed up a bunch of bologna and cheese sandwiches and everything, packed them in their suitcase and so forth, and they took off on this cruise. And they went and they, you know, did the shuffleboard, even got in the pool, you know, really took advantage of the amenities of the cruise and so forth. But when it came time for the eating, well, they hustled back to their cabin room and they opened up the suitcase and they had them sandwiches. And this went on. This was a pretty nice length cruise. It went on for about a week. And finally, the last day, they said, listen, it's the last day. Let's just go and take advantage of what this food this cruise has. We got a few dollars. We can go ahead and eat. There's a buffet. We'll take care of the buffet, and that'll be our meal that we kind of splurge for ourselves. So they went and they got to the buffet. The buffet was so beautiful. They just went there and they just ate, got all kinds of food, filled their plates, and finally said, okay, we got it. We filled our bellies. So they went motioned for the waiter to come over and said, so give us our bill. And the waiter looked at him kind of weird, and he said, huh? He said, yeah, we're ready now. We've eaten. We're ready for our bill. And the waiter said, well, did you not know that food is included with the cruise? And they looked at each other, and you can imagine what they thought. And you might say, oh, that's so silly that they did that. But aren't we doing the same thing sometimes? Aren't we saying that, it's like that poem, life would pay us whatever we ask? In fact, the price has been paid for us to have an overcoming, awesome life. But do we really take advantage of that? What's the disconnect? The disconnect basically is faith, a belief in what we have and what's ours and what we can do and achieve in our lives. I want to encourage you. Life is short. Don't get to the end of life and find out that the things that you would have wanted, the price that you would have asked of life, you could have had, but you didn't ask. You didn't ask up front what was included, because the life you are looking for is looking for you. You wouldn't even have the inclination to have that kind of life if it wasn't possible for you. Lean into that. We're going to be doing some things to help you lean into that. And I'm excited about that because, again, life can be a great adventure. It can be so much fun as you're achieving and working towards your worthy ideal. Like I said many times, and this came from Earl Nightingale, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. But if you think that a worthy ideal is not for you, you are mistaken. And we're going to fix that. Have a blessed day. Think about what's included, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye now.